Hello traders, Gary Wagner here, just after 11 o'clock in Honolulu, 5 o'clock in New York. It is Thursday, 11th day of April, 2019, and this is the daily report for gold and silver. A strong, dramatic sell-off across the board in the precious metals market is the best way to describe price action today. We saw all of the major metals, gold, silver, platinum, and palladium trading lower. And although there were multiple fundamental events that were cited, nothing really truly explained, at least as far as I'm concerned, the rationale behind today's dramatic sell-off. Although gold lost the least amount in terms of percentage gains, it still closed off by 1.36% at $1295.80. That's a decline of $18.10. Speaking about pricing, silver was also dramatically lower today, exhibiting the largest price decline, well over 2%, 2.13%, closing below $15 per ounce at $14.92. Platinum gave up about 1.2%, back below 900 at $897.80. And palladium also exhibited a pretty sharp decline, giving up almost $22, closing at $13.41.30. Let's take a look at our technical studies. Traders, I do believe that the selling pressure that was exhibited across the board in the precious metals markets today was overdone and a little bit exaggerated. That being said, the facts are the facts. And although we were able to correctly identify a resistance area, I was incorrect when I thought that this would be a minor level and our real resistance wouldn't really come into the market till about 1324. And that, of course, represents this particular top that came in March. Nonetheless, we had a hard sell-off. The market traded to approximately $1292.90. That was the low, so it did close nearer to the lows than the highs, but it did not close on the lows, and that to me says something. The other thing that gives me a little bit of hope is the fact that when we look at this particular level, which is the 0.38% retracement at $1291.60, that's approximately where these lows came in at, and I think that that level of support should hold. We do have our stops, but those are at 87, so although we came close, they were certainly not hit on the day. I was actually thinking of adding to our positions, but I felt with today's sell-off being as brutal as it is, I wanted to make sure that this would be a one and done event rather than the beginning of a advanced or strong correction within the market. Nonetheless, we did see gold trade lower on the day, giving up about $18. Where we were in profits yesterday on our current trade, we're in at about $13.01 and change. We now have it a little bit against us, about $5 or $6. So I'm not all that concerned. My concern, quite frankly, is whether or not this current level that we've identified as support is going to hold at $1291.60. So traders, my recommendation as far as our gold trade goes is to maintain our current long position and to maintain our current stop. Traders, we are looking at a daily chart of silver futures. And as you know, I am on record under the assumption that of the precious metals themselves, silver was the one metal that I was most bearish about in the group. The one thing that we can say on a technical basis, and it is, I believe, the only one of the four metals that actually broke below the 200-day moving average today, closing dramatically lower as it gave up about 33 cents and broke back below a key psychological level, and that is the level of $15 per ounce. And traders, in terms of the other two white precious metals, sister metals, platinum and palladium, although both platinum and palladium traded lower on the day, there was much more damage done in palladium, losing about 1.6% as opposed to platinum, which closed down about 1.22% on the day. You can also see when we look at this daily chart that pricing is still well above all of the three moving averages that we follow, the 50, 200, and 100. However, one thing we are noticing is it did appear as though we were going to get a cross with the 100 crossing above the 200, which would put it in proper order for a bullish move. You want to see the 50, then the 100, and then the 200 as the lowest of the moving averages, and that's how that pans out when you've got a bullish rally in play. And traders, of course, that was a platinum chart. This is palladium. Palladium has been under more pressure than platinum when it trades lower, and on the up days we saw platinum actually exceeding palladium in terms of the percentage gains. So in terms of the ratio between those two metals, it is definitely tightening up as we see palladium under more selling pressure than platinum. The one thing that we can say is that the market definitively broke below the 50-day moving average, and this of course occurred when we had these dual 100 drops, $100 drops per day. And I also see that this 100-day moving average is roughly the area of support that palladium has definitely been following. This has been Gary Wagner, wishing you as always good trading. We will talk to you tomorrow for the weekly wrap-up and review. Bye-bye.